Are you living your life or are you living your life for other people? Let's think about this for a second. Have you been saying yes or doing what other people want you to do to try to keep the peace or to try to make other people happy? Now, what if I told you that this one habit is the thing that's holding you back from living your dream? What if people pleasing is the reason why you're stuck? In this video, we are going to discuss why people pleasing is robbing you of your dreams and how to break out of it. So if you're really ready to take control of your energy, of your time, and of your future, keep watching because this video is for you. Hey everyone, welcome back to Just Like Magic with Julia. Today we are talking about people pleasing, specifically why people pleasing is killing your dreams and why you need to protect your energy. But before we get into it, please subscribe to this channel right now. Do not forget, that way you can stay in the loop for all of the different tea. Because honestly, in this channel, we get into some deep conversations about how you can keep your energy high, how you can keep your lifestyle peaceful. If that's something that aligns with you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it. People pleasing. So I'm gonna give you the definition of people pleasing because I feel like sometimes people do it and don't even know that they're doing it. But basically, people pleasing is a learned behavior where one puts another person's needs, usually a person that they love and care about, before their own, even sometimes at the expense of their own needs. People pleasing is a learned behavior, and usually people do this to feel loved or accepted. I am also a former people pleaser, but we'll get into that a little bit later on in this video. I think today some of us have been acclimated or made to feel like if you don't put the people you love before yourself, then you're selfish. And I know that in some cases, certain cultures kind of deem you as selfish if you are not putting certain people's needs or demands before your own, which I feel can be really hard, especially if you have your own goals, your own dreams that require so much energy and time from you already. But let me be so clear right now. Putting your needs first is absolutely not selfish. In fact, it's the opposite. Now, I know we've probably all heard the famous story about if you're on a plane and God forbid there's an emergency and you're going down, you can't help someone else unless you put on your own life jacket first. Yes, that is very true, but I kind of want to dive deeper into why. Because I still feel like it can be really hard to think about not wanting to help someone who you love first, especially when you're an empath. When I say empath, I really just mean someone who is really compassionate and takes on the feelings of others really easily. Someone who just empathizes really easy and is understanding and kind. Like I said, for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna say empath. When you're someone who can literally sense sadness or distress in someone else, especially someone that you care about, it can be really hard to prioritize yourself and say no. When you naturally sense that someone is upset or even in need, that awareness comes with an urge to help, which is so hard to silence and say no to. Empaths also tend to internalize the pain of others. When this happens, you may feel a sense of responsibility to ease that pain because it almost feels like it's your own. It's sort of like this, if I can feel it, then I must fix it type of vibe. And fixing it can be really hard to turn away from. And I think that naturally empaths just gravitate towards fixing the problem, even though they know that they are putting themselves last. Or in some cases, empaths tend to over-identify with the experience of others, which I know for myself, like I'm definitely guilty of. Basically, because empaths have such a unique way of understanding and connecting with other people, the empathy that they have for others can sometimes be blurred with over-identification, which means they don't necessarily just empathize with someone. They like personally take on whatever it is that that other person is going through as if it's their own experience. And I actually didn't even know this. I was researching this for this video, but it's actually scientifically proven that the brain of a person who considers themselves to be an empath can actually mirror someone else's emotions so strongly that it can be so hard for their brain to separate that person's emotions from their own. So the crazy thing is that I actually had an interaction with one of my friends the other day that actually sparked the idea for this video. Over the years, I've gained this reputation in my community of friends to be the person who figures out how to manifest, how to escape toxic and negative situations, and just how to like navigate challenges overall. And so with that, my friends tend to turn to me when they may be experiencing those same things for themselves and want, advice or guidance. And do not get me wrong, I love my friends deeply. At this point in my life, all of my girls are my best friends. I've known every single one of my girlfriends for 10 years plus at this point in my life now. So I want to see all of my girls win. Like, no joke. I really do. But being that go-to person all of the time for me can be really draining. So a few weeks ago, I saw one of my girls calling me and I saw her name pop up on my phone and I just knew, I'm like, yo, she's calling me because she's gonna need advice. She wants to vent. And if I answer this, I know it's gonna be a long call. And that day, it was a weekend. I work Monday through Friday, long days. And I like to optimize my weekends. I had a lot of things to do. Like, I needed to get things done that day for my own dreams, for my own goals, for me personally. But that's my girl. So I picked up anyway because I love and care about her and I wanted to make sure she was good. Sure enough, by the time I hung up that phone, I felt completely drained. And do not get me wrong, it was absolutely not her fault at all. She just wanted someone to lean on and to talk to, as us girls do. I've been there, I get it. I realized that this pattern, not even just with her, but just in general, putting other people's needs in front of mine, was starting to take a toll on me. And it made me think like, okay, this is what people pleasing looks like, even when it's coming from a place of love. Now, I don't know if any of you can relate to the situation, but if you can, drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what has kind of happened to you to test your own boundaries. And the thing is, like, the reason why I've even gotten this reputation amongst my friend group is because I've done the work myself. I did not just wake up and know how to manifest, know how to escape toxic situations, know how to, brush off negativity, set boundaries, do the whole damn thing. Like, that took years of work, years. And it's still work. For me, like, I don't put a cap on knowledge or growth. Like, I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure it out. But there was a pivotal point in my life where I spent so much time with a therapist unpacking my own traumas, my own triggers, my own fears, my own thoughts. And I made so many mistakes, but I had to learn the hard way what it would look like to put myself first, to actually make the right choices for myself and my dreams. And one thing that kind of crossed my mind after this conversation with my girl 2 weeks ago was you cannot rob people of that experience for themselves. As much as you want to help, as much as I want to help, trust me, I get it. I'm right there with you. Real change has to come from within. I know we've all had that friend or have been that friend who, is in a relationship and, will maybe have a few breakups with that guy or girl. And your friends will be literally telling you like, yo, you need to leave him or you need to leave her. They're not respecting you right. And you just don't, or they just don't until it clicks for them. And sometimes that can take months or even years. But that is that person's own personal journey. And it has to click for them. It has to come from within. People can tell you all of the correct answers, but until you feel it, nothing's going to change. The crazy thing is all of the people around you, or in this example of having a friend in a relationship, you are, putting a lot of energy and time into trying to help that person. And it doesn't really do much until it clicks for them. This is because everyone has to go through their own journey of self-discovery. You have to make mistakes. You have to learn what choices are right for you. It's such a personal process. And I think where I mess up as an empath sometimes is the people who I love and care about, I want to give them the answers. I don't want to see them have to learn the hard way or struggle or go through the pain that I know I had to go through in order to, come to the realization that those things weren't working for me. But as much as you want to give that person the answers, it won't stick until they see it for themselves. Sometimes, in most cases, pain can be the best teacher if you're open to learning from it. Which is why the best thing that you can do for yourself and for others in these situations is offer support without overextending yourself. And have faith that the people you love and care for will find their way just like you did. It's not about abandoning them, it's just about providing them the opportunity to figure things out for themselves. Now, if you're subscribed and up to date, this definitely goes back to a previous video I did, which I will link right here and down below in the description so you can go check it out. And in this video, we talked about how everyone has their own individual path. And according to your own individual path, you have your own needs and you have to make choices that are conducive with these needs and this path. So what works for me may not even work for my friends. And that's still something I'm also learning because trust me, I'm the one picking up that phone, asking myself why I'm so drained. So I get it. Like it takes time. It's all a process. And I've also realized it's really about balance. It's not about saying no every single time. It's just about really understanding when you need to put yourself first, when you need to make time and room for yourself. And that's not always easy because I think in order to do that, we actually have to know when to make time for ourselves. When we do this, we're actually creating space for us to show up as our best self for the people that we love the most. Because think about it, you don't want to be that friend that's like secretly wishing that that person would stop talking or, secretly like having negative feelings towards them or feelings of judgment because you wish you would have never answered that phone, or because you resent not establishing a boundary. And most of the time, those feelings don't even come from the person, they come from neglecting yourself. You want to show up as the best version of yourself. Like when my girls call me, I want to be fully engaged. I want to show up as the best possible friend that I can for them because I love them to death. And I want to let them know like how much their feelings and situations matter to me. But in order to do that, I also need to balance my own situations, my own life. So for me, this started with little things like telling my friends, I can't talk right now. I love you, but I have to do X, Y, and Z first. Or, you know what? I'd love to help you. Okay. But I'm going to call you back later or tomorrow and we're going to get through this together. And when I started putting that into practice, I had more time to dedicate to myself, which led to me showing up as that better friend that I said that I wanted to be. I think we all know when that temptation comes on to overextend ourselves, even though it can be hard to admit sometimes. But all it takes is just pausing for a couple of seconds and asking yourself, what do I need right now in this moment? And the people that truly care about you and value you will respect it. You won't hear that it's a problem because why would it be? If they value you, they'll value the fact that you need time. It's not about saying no to others, it's about saying yes to yourself. And let me tell you something. One of the things that I am notorious for, I don't know if you're all notorious for this, I know it's a little trendy, but putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. Like, I'll turn my phone on silent. I have two people that are the exception to my Do Not Disturb, and it's because they're like family, but that's it. Like anyone else, if I know I need uninterrupted moments of silence or just a day to recharge, my phone is going on Do Not Disturb. My phone goes on Do Not Disturb when I'm asleep. My phone goes on Do Not Disturb when I'm at work. Like, don't play with me. If I know I need time to be uninterrupted, I'm going to make sure that I have that for myself. Also, going back to that balance, like making sure you're also being transparent with the people around you. Like, there's no shame in telling people you love, hey, I can't hang out today because I need time to recharge. Like, everyone in life always has something that they're responsible for, whether it's school, work, multiple jobs, if you own a business, if you have, a side hustle or hobbies. And things get stressful sometimes. Everyone needs time to recharge, and telling people that doesn't make you a bad friend or a bad family member. It's just reasserting the fact that you are taking time for yourself. And again, the people who truly value you will understand this. When you begin to put yourself first, you will see that it's not just about conserving your time or energy. It's actually a huge game changer for your dreams and your ability to manifest. When we're constantly pouring into someone else's cup without taking into account our own needs, we're gonna run out. We're gonna be the one that's drained. We're gonna be the one that's left on empty. But not only is our cup gonna be empty, we're gonna be energetically drained. And when you're drained, it's hard to manifest anything, yet alone a big dream that you have. When you start prioritizing yourself and saying yes to yourself, you're actually conserving your energy and protecting your energy to do the things you need to do in order to attain your dreams. And you're doing this literally and spiritually. Because think about it, when you're energetically drained, most of the time you feel tired. Most of the time you want to stay in bed, you're lethargic. When my girl called me and we had that ranting session and I knew I had things to do, I did not want to do them anymore. I was unmotivated. I wanted to stay in bed all day. And so that's an example of how energy will literally be drained from you because it will take away your motivation. And so overextending yourself and not putting yourself first actually drains you from energy that you need to actually do the things that your dreams require from you. But there's also this component of a spiritual energy that you need to maintain in order to keep a positive energy and manifest. When your energy is strong and aligned, that's when the universe starts to respond. In order to manifest, you have to be in the right energetic space to actually receive what's coming in for you. And if you're giving too much of yourself away, you're not going to be in that space to receive what's for you. But when you give yourself this space, this time, that's when you enter the space of flow, where opportunities just seem to start coming into your life a lot more seamlessly, where ideas start to just kind of come to you out of the blue, and situations that are meant for you start to align with your life more authentically. Things start to flow because you started to make space for you and your own dreams instead of carrying everyone else's weight. So when you start to prioritize your own needs and stop people pleasing, it's not selfish at all. It's actually spiritually and literally necessary. And when you do this, you're creating an aura and an energy for yourself that attracts abundance, growth, and prosperity. And when you do that, you're almost guaranteeing that the right things are going to fall into place for you. But it all begins with honoring yourself, your worth, your time, and your energy. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that all of you took something from this video, and let me know in the comments like what you're actually going through, where you are in your manifestation journey. I want to hear all about it. Let me know if you want to hear any more videos. With that being said, I will see you next time. Bye.